the crowd plays a huge. I dare anyone out there in wrestling to tell me the crowd does not play a huge role when you are in the ring.
Exactly.
When you're doing a backstage skit, again, you don't really need a crowd for that kind of thing. But when you're in there working, taking bumps, taking punishment, you feel those bumps so much more when there aren't many fans. And they're also there to validate what you're doing. And this is a big thing with WWE and with wrestling in general is you don't really know who's over right now.
No.
If you think about it, you watch any of these shows, the only person that I feel they're trying to impress in WWE is Vince McMahon.
Yes.
They put an angle out there. It might be terrible, but if he's got a big smile on his face watching it, then they're happy. That secures their job, their paycheck. He's deciding who's over. Because if you look at the reaction to people online for certain things, like, the eye for an eye, let's say, it doesn't necessarily line up with the direction the company goes in. Because people might hate it, but then other people within the company with power and stroke, they're the ones that are impressed. So right now, all you're seeing on TV is what is impressing the officials in the company.
The Bret Hart, Steve Austin match, the double turn.
Yep.
Imagine if they had no fans for that.
Well,
we'd have a completely different world. I find.
Yeah, we don't know how the fans would react to that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's, again, I've said for a long time, and I used to do a show just like this on the radio, and one of the things, one of my big takeaways from it that we used to always say was, at this point, and this is going back to like 2010, 11, around the time I was almost hired by WWE, we would say, at this point, Vince McMahon has made so much money. He's made more money than he can spend in his entire life. He doesn't care what he puts on TV.
No,
he really doesn't care. He's made more money than he can spend. He just wants stuff that's going to entertain him.
Yeah.
He does not, I'm not going to curse on the show, but I mean, like,
I fucking will, though.
Nah, he just, he wants to see what entertains him. And people work there to entertain him. And, if you want job security and all those things, then you'll do it like that. You'll read every word scripted to the T and all those things. I haven't been privy with too much of the ins and outs, but I was, pretty close to being hired by that company, their developmental system, a couple appearances at TV, to see the way it works there, to see people walking on eggshells, to see people acting in such an absurd way from how you act in the real world. And this is why I say with wrestling, it's some people take it too seriously. Some people don't take it seriously. And other people like me, that came from the same, maybe worse, maybe more.
Is Hannibal the same way? Like he's he come from nothing to where he is at, because he's built an empire on YouTube.
That's Hannibal's story to tell. But I've known him for a long time, and he's been a good friend. He's been my greatest rival in the ring. We've beaten the snot out of each other.
Great matches, I have to admit.
And people don't know a lot about him, but I think that's by design. And I think it's unfortunate, because I think if people knew more about him, they wouldn't be so judgmental. And I think also he embraces the Hannibal persona.
Yes.
You see Hannibal at a show, at a merch table. You see him, he is Hannibal.
That's why I love him. That's why I like him.
It's a thing in wrestling where a lot of these guys, they want to be the gentle giant. They want to be the one that, the people will say, he's mean in the ring, but he's a good guy outside of it. I think it takes a special something to not want to be that, to want to be true to what you portray and sell people. And so I'm not here to say he's nothing. In fact, I would be lying if I said he's nothing like what you see on screen, because believe me, he's very much what you see on there. But I don't believe anyone is 100% what they portray on TV. I think you can get 99% close to it, and that's about it. Even with me, I don't think anyone is 100% themselves. But you want to protect the business. You want to protect the people who want to believe. No one wants to see Batman and the Joker, giving each other high fives and, laughing about how they fooled people into thinking that, they weren't enemies or were enemies. Like I said, now it's an intricate part of my day-to-day, and I know it's a valuable tool that can reach a lot of people, people I probably never have the chance to meet. But, with you guys, like I said, you got a great platform here. If you do really intend on coming to check out an independent show, I hope it would be one that I'm on.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And I can definitely let you guys know, let your viewers know. I'd be happy to see you guys all come out, whether you want to cheer me, whether you want to boo me. Know that you're going to get your money's worth when you see me. I talk a big game, but I also deliver. So feel free to prove me wrong. But if you see Jeremy Prophet on the marquee, you're going to get your money's worth.
That's it.
And there it is.